All right, so this is mostly the same material as 95. So instead of reviewing the concept so much, I want to give you some reminders, some recommendations, some tips. I'm not going to be doing these problems, but maybe starting some of them and just going through and giving some advice. So make sure to show your work on this paper if you can. There's not a lot of room to show your work, so if you have the Word document, you can add some extra spaces if you'd like, depending on how much work, or you can have your work on a separate piece of paper. Okay, so in this one, this first problem incorporates two different things that were covered in the 95 review. On question number 7, I said, how do you multiply two mixed numbers to get an area? And in question number 12, I said, how do you convert square yards to square inches? So the same topics are going to be useful here. So the other thing I'll say outside of those ones, because again, multiplying these, we talked about that in the 95 video. This concept, we talked about that in the 95 video. So the other thing I want to say is expect 10% waste, and she cannot buy part of a square yard. Okay, so we're gonna, it's actually not perfectly the same, but we're not gonna get into make this messier than normal. For 10% waste, we're just gonna give ourselves 10% extra, which is not exactly the same, but it's close enough. We're gonna give ourselves about 10% extra than what we calculate. How do you do 10% more of something? Think back to earlier units. I forget which one. So let's say we get some answer. Let's say our answer is I've got no clue. I don't remember what the answer is. But let's say the answer is 20 yards squared. It's not. But let's say it is. Okay. Well, if we want 10% more than that, then what we're looking for is 110% of 20 yards. Or you can say, well, let's find 10% and add it to the 20 yards. Two ways of doing it. And now it's just converting this to math. 10%, well, 10% is 0.1 of, that's multiplication. 20, it's going to be 2 yards. So you're going to add those 2 yards. I should have, here, let me modify this example a little bit. Make it more applicable. Let's say our answer was 21 yards. Well, we need to find 10% of 21 yards. That's 0.1 times 21, which is 2.1. So that's how much extra we need. So total, we needed 21 is what we calculated, and we need 2.1 extra to be safe. That's going to be 23.1 yards squared. Well, you can't buy part of a square yard. So if we need at least this much, we're going to need to round up. So if we really want to be safe, we want that 10% extra. And you go to the store and you say, hey, I want 23.1 yards. They say, sorry, sir or ma'am. We don't sell partial yards. Are you going to say, well, you might. I probably would. I probably just get the 23 yards squared. But what the problem wants you to do, right, is say, okay, well then if I want part, I can't get part, so I'm going to have to get the whole. You're going to have to round up. Okay. So watch out for that on these ones. Number 2, I think it's pretty similar. What we did, you're going to be converting meters, and you're also going to be converting seconds. If you have 54.7 kilometers per hour, and you want to convert that to seconds, well, 1 hour is 60 minutes, and 1 minute is 60 seconds. So how much is 60 minutes? 60 times 60 seconds. So we can multiply to cancel it out. Which one goes on top? Well, we want the hours to cancel. So we have 1 hour on the top is 3,600 seconds on the bottom, because now the hours cancel, and now we're in kilometers per second. And then you can convert the kilometers to meter. So you can keep going. ... Then again, we got another table similar again. Oh, so similar to that 95 homework video. How helpful. How great. Okay. So this is very similar to that video. Check that out. And so this is a nice real application, right? Because this sort of thing does happen. You know, if you prescribe a certain amount of a drug, but the drug only comes in certain units, you're going to have to make that conversion. So this is convenient because we give you an example. Okay. In this first example, the tablets for this drug, NP thyroid, the tablets are 0.05 grams each. So the doctor prescribed 75 milligrams. How many tablets is that? First off, they're in different units, right? Grams and milligrams. We need to convert that. So that's what they're doing. They're converting the dosage available to the units that's prescribed. It doesn't matter which way you convert. You're going to have to convert one to the other, though. And so they said, okay, well, this is what was available. How can we convert that to the right units? Well, 5/100ths of a gram is going to be 50 thousandths of a gram. 50 milligrams. Gram to milligram, move the decimal place 3 times. 1, 2, 3, like so. And then, okay, so if each tablet is 50 milligrams, right? This is one tablet, is 50 milligrams, and I need 75 milligrams. Well, how can I get there? That's a unit conversion, right? Really, what we have is one tablet is 50 milligrams. So what is 75 milligrams? 75 milligrams is how many tablets? Do a unit conversion. 75 milligrams, and we know 50 milligrams is one tablet. This is just one way of doing this problem. There's a lot. The milligrams are going to cancel, and you get 75 divided by 50, which is 1.5. Your units are tablets. That's what they did. Okay? They divided it out, but that's why they're dividing. This is why this calculation is working. Let me know if you have questions about that. This is a really good problem. Really good problem. You should be able to work through it. All right, and the last one, I think it's pretty similar. I don't think there's anything super new. Let's look through it. So there's a spa, and there's no exact answer. It wants you to approximate some things. So yeah, I think that's probably all I'm going to say here. Let me know if you have more questions. I will talk about number 4, but I think the first 3 are usually the ones that students have more questions with. So I'll focus my time on that. But yeah, good luck. And remember, all of this material is also covered in the 95 videos. And then there's also some additional 96 videos with more help from a different person's point of view. Good luck and bye-bye.